Hey guys, it's Amy with Ambela Yoga. This is a 30-minute full body beginner yoga flow. We're going to be working on strengthening our whole body. We're going to be focusing on our breathing, trying to let our breath carry us through our moves, and just trying to relax a little in these poses, trying to focus on a little stretching in our connective tissues as well as strengthening our muscles. So let's get started. Let's begin this practice in Shavasana, relaxing our hands by our sides, relaxing our feet, relax your forehead, relax your jaw, and just try to focus on your breath. Notice how it comes in, notice where it goes out. We're going to hold here for a few breaths, just trying to set our minds for our practice, letting go of all of the stress from the day, from the week. Try to take really deep inhales, filling your lungs as full as you can. And slow exhales, letting all of the carbon dioxide release from your body. Just take a few moments to breathe at your own pace here. Start to bring the attention back to your body. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly roll over to our side and come up to tabletop position. We're going to set up for cat and cow here. So try to relax your belly. And as you inhale, let's sink your belly down, turning your gaze up to the sky, arching your back to what feels comfortable to you. And as you exhale, round your spine, curl your chin to your chest. Press firmly through your palms. Inhale, belly sinks to the floor. Exhale, round your spine. And let's take this at your own pace for a couple more of these. Just breathe in deeply, feeling a good stretch all the way through your back. Your spine is the foundation of your body, and it's so important to warm it up to prevent any injuries. We do not want any injuries in our back. Our spines have to be able to support our bodies in these poses. Let's take one more here. And then we're going to come back to tabletop position. And I want you to curl your toes under and send your hips back, pressing firmly through your palms. We're going to go into downward facing dog. It may feel good to you to walk your feet out, pedaling your legs, trying to stretch through your hamstrings. Try to keep your spine lengthened. Keep a straight line all the way from your palms to your tailbone. And if your heels do not go all the way to the ground, you can keep a slight bend in your knees. Let's hold this for one more breath. Big inhale. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the mat. and uncurl your toes. We're going to come into a child's pose here, so we're going to sink our hips back to our heels, stretching our arms out. Spread your fingers wide. Relax your forehead to the ground. We're going to hold here for a few breaths, just trying to relax into the pose. Take big inhales and exhale it all out. So when you're ready, let's press back up to tabletop position. And we're going to curl our toes under, sending our hips back for downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then we're going to start to shift forward into plank position, hugging our elbows to our side, lowering down for chaturanga. Uncurling our toes into up dog or cobra. Really stretching back. And we're going to curl our toes and press back for downward facing dog. And this is our flow sequence. We'll take this a couple times during this practice. And now I want you to lift your right leg to the sky. Hold here for three-legged dog. Breathe in deeply, trying to keep your hips square to the mat. Engaging your quad, pressing firmly through your right heel. And then let's slowly lower our foot back to the ground, back to downward facing dog. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side, so send the left leg to the sky. Trying to keep our spine lengthened, keeping a straight line from our palms to our tailbone. Engage your core. Allow your neck to relax. Then let's lower that leg back to the ground. And let's go through our flow sequence again. So we're going to shift forward to plank, lowering down, controlled into chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Then curl your toes and press your hips back for downward facing dog. So let's hold here for a moment, maybe pedaling our feet back out. And we're just going to go through this same sequence again, trying to warm our bodies up. So when you're ready, we're going to lift our right leg back up to the sky for three-legged dog. Maybe try to go a little higher this time. Hold here for a moment. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's set the right foot back down. And send your left leg up to the sky. Really pressing through the heel. Engage your core. Deep inhale, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's go through our flow sequence. So shift forward to plank, lower down to chaturanga, inhale cobra or up dog, exhale downward facing dog. So take a breath here for a moment. And then we're going to lower down to our elbows for dolphin pose. Keeping length in our spine, relaxing your head and neck, pressing our palms firmly to the ground. And again, if you need to keep your knees bent, that's fine. We want to make sure we're keeping our spine straight. And we're going to press up one hand at a time, back to downward facing dog. And then we're going to shift forward to plank position and go through our flow. So lower down, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Now send your right leg up to the sky. And then we're going to step it all the way through to the front of our mat. We're setting up for pyramid pose here. So you may want to bring your back foot in a few feet. We want to straighten our front leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, let's fold towards our right leg, bringing our forehead closer to the ground. Feeling a good stretch in our hamstrings. And only go down as far as what feels comfortable to you. You can also use your blocks here if you need to. Just try to breathe into any sensations you're feeling. It's very important that we don't hold our breath. Then we're going to press through our palms and step our right foot back and then our left back to downward facing dog. Shift forward for our flow, plank. Staying tight for chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and back to downward facing dog. Then we're going to go into the other side, so our left leg goes up to the sky. Step it between your hands. And again, step your right foot in a couple of feet, straighten your front leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathe in deeply. Try to squeeze your thighs in towards each other. Feel free to keep a micro bend in your knees if you need to. And when you're ready, let's press back through our palms, stepping our left foot back first, and then our right back to downward facing dog. Shift forward to plank position, going through our flow. So keep your tummy really tight, lowering for chaturanga. Uncurl your toes, upward dog or cobra. And then curl your toes under, press back, downward facing dog. And we're going to lower back to our elbows again. So keeping your core engaged. Just bend your elbows, lower to the ground. Keep a straight line from the crown of your head all the way through your tailbone. You can bend your knees if you like. You want to try to press your shoulders away from your ears. This helps to engage your shoulders, pressing through your elbows. And then let's go ahead and press back up. So one hand at a time, planting firmly onto the ground. Back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then shift forward, back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to shift forward back to plank position. And we're going to set up to go into side plank. So maybe step the feet an inch closer to each other. We're going to open up to the right. So stack the ankles. Take the right arm up to the ceiling. Making sure the hand stacks over the ear rather than falling behind. And I like to put my foot in front of the other one. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, lower your right hand back to the ground. And we're going to go straight into the other side. So opening up to the left. Again, you can put one foot in front of the other if you need to. You can also plant your left foot down to the ground in front of you for support. Firm the left shoulder blade against the left back ribs to stabilize the left shoulder. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, lower back to plank position. We're going to go through our flow. So chaturanga, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. On your next exhale, walk or jump to the front of your mat. We're going to set up for half moon pose here. So if you have a block, you may need to use that. We're just going to lift our left leg behind us. We're going to rotate our hip outward to the left. And our foot is flexed here. So we're pressing firmly through our heel. And if you can, lift your left arm up to the sky. And so you're just going to imagine that you're leaning against a wall here, trying to really open up to the left side through your hip. Hold here for a few breaths. If you fall out of the pose, that's okay. Just get back up and try again. Then we're going to slowly lower our left arm back to the ground, left foot back to the ground. We're going to go straight into the other side. So maybe move your block over if you need to. Lift the right leg up behind you, rotating your hip outward. Lift the right arm up to the sky if you can. Don't forget to breathe. Deep inhales. Hold here for just another moment. Good. And then exhale as you lower everything back to the ground. So let's come to a seated position. Bend your knees. Lower all the way to the ground. We're going to go straight into boat pose. So our legs are bent and they're parallel to the ground. You may keep your hands on the ground behind you for support. We're just slightly leaning back, engaging our core. Or to advance the pose, you can reach your arms out beside your legs. Trying to keep a straight spine here. Inhale and exhale. Squeezing your tummy in towards your spine. Hold here. Good. And then let's lower all the way down to our backs. Let's go into happy baby here. So hug your knees in and widen them towards your armpits. Grab the outer edges of your feet with your hands. Try to keep your whole back on the ground. And you can rock softly from right to left if that feels good to you. Breathe here. Deep breaths. Good, and then let's lower our feet back to the floor. And you want to bring your heels in as close to your hips as you can. We're setting up for bridge pose. So you want to roll your shoulders back towards your heels. We're going to press firmly through your heels, lifting your hips up to the sky. You shouldn't feel any pressure in your neck. All of your weight should be in your heels and your shoulders. Just hold here for a few breaths. Maybe grab your ankles if you can. And then let's slowly lower our hips back to the ground. And we've reached to our peak pose for this practice, which is wheel pose. Wheel pose can be a difficult pose. So if this is too much for you, you can just press back into a bridge pose here. But if you're going into wheel pose, so you want to bend your elbows and spread your palms on the floor beside your head, forearms relatively perpendicular to the floor. And you're going to press your feet and hands into the floor, tailbone and shoulder blades against your back. And with an exhalation, lift your head off the floor and straighten your arms. Turn the upper thighs slightly inward and firm the outer thighs. Press firmly through your heels. Good. And then we're going to slowly lower back to the floor, bringing our head, shoulders back, and then our tailbone back to the ground. Releasing our hands. And then we're going to press back up for one more bridge pose. So maybe walking your shoulders back towards your heels a little bit farther this time. Hold here for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, let's slowly lower back down to the ground, one vertebra at a time. And then let's hug our knees in, giving a gentle squeeze. Maybe rocking side to side to massage our lower back. And then we're going to release our legs all the way to the ground, all the way into Shavasana. Just letting our bodies melt to the floor, relaxing our feet, relaxing our arms, relax your head. Give yourself time to absorb everything that your body went through with your practice today. In Shavasana, we try to create full focused awareness of our bodies. We're going to go through a little meditation to finish our practice off. So I want you to try to relax your whole body. Allow your whole body to sink into the floor. Your whole body is relaxed. Relax your whole right foot. Relax your whole right leg from your toes to your hip. Relax your whole right hand. Relax your whole right arm from your fingers to your shoulder. Relax your whole left foot. Relax your whole left foot from your toes to your hip. Relax your whole left hand. Relax your whole left arm from your fingers to your shoulder. Relax your belly. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your whole physical body. Relax your mental body. Relax your emotional body. Your whole body is relaxed. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your toes, lift your fingers. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, let's roll to our side and come up to a seated position. We're going to come into easy pose. And we're going to finish our practice today with an So take a big inhale. Thank you for watching. Namaste.